after.
Oh, not really.
I am. Yeah. Aren't you already fed up? Oh. Yeah, he's going silly. He'll be alright tomorrow. Can't be that early.
10 minutes yet.
No, it's board.
We've got a crowd just starting to build on the road there. And while they're being told that they're not allowed to do it on NHS property, they have also been told not to wear. Originally, it was going to be outside the A&E doors, in uniform, in scrubs. And now being told that's not allowed. So we'll see who turns up, who they turn up, what the press conference is about.
What are you filming?
There's supposed to be a protest. We film all the protests, but
okay.
yeah, it's supposed to start in what,
About 10
7
minutes.
o'clock.
What's
Yeah,
the protest for?
I don't know, some, I think it's like a press conference.
yeah. Apparently, it's the doctors this time doing it, so
yeah.
they weren't allowed to do it on the ground because obviously.
Yeah, they were going to do it outside A&E,
Yeah.
but they got told they weren't allowed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they've been kicked up here.
What, are you guys YouTubers or something?
Yeah, we do like YouTube.
What's
and
your
that.
channel?
Mine, News Now Yorkshire.
Yeah, mine's
I think
straight
I've
up.
watched any of them. What's yours?
Straight hawk. You might have seen his. Mine's only small, so his is more likely. Yeah, only a little bit. Yeah.
We'll talk to him.
Huh?
We'll talk to him.
Where is he? Yeah. No way. I love him. I think it's so funny. He makes me laugh so much. Just, because he just acts so stupid. And they think he's stupid. He switches it on him. And I just love it. I love all his videos. Seems like I saw him actually while I was there from Birmingham, and I seen he did one in Redditch, which is just down the road from us, and he got some money back off the police.
Oh, when he was handing the money out?
Yeah, that was so cool. Oh, I don't know what the last question was. Oh, God, no, please don't put me on there.
This the mayor brought up the health workers for Palestine.
We're being filmed by
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a nightmare parking here.
Yeah, it is.
If you come, go down the road and you can park free. But it's just, if you go in front of, go past the unit, you can usually, but it's a bit of a walk. But it saves you paying there. It does. Oh, if you don't pay then it doesn't matter. But even getting in there.
To call a freewheel on the line.
Well, even getting there it's hard, but yeah, it's a pain.
I'll catch you guys in a bit.
Alright.
We'll get a bit of comeback.
Yeah.
Filming me, filming you.
Well, if they're filming us, they can't complain at us for us filming them.
Yeah, exactly.
See, close it out.
Have a look at this sign. What's the sign for?
I can't say anything. Besides, I thought it was a press one anyway, so they'd want us to film.
Come on, amateur moves this. Amateur moves.
Oh God, I'm bored. Oh, don't copyright key music. There we go. Oh God, I'm bored.
That's better. She's done it the other way around. She's done it the other way around now.
What, the phone? Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, she's got it the other way around now, look. She must have heard me. Had a quick photography lesson.
Do you recognise anyone there or?
Just one guy.
Is it? Oh, they're coming now. It must be due to start. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah, let them start, otherwise they might get if it is going to start. Oh, they've got a little video up.
You know, I'm not in for a while now, but
Hi. No, right, it's supposed to start 7 to 8. It's supposed to be a press conference. Right, this is, I don't know if they've started. It's Leeds Infirmary, and originally they were going to do it outside the actual hospital, but I don't think they're allowed to because you're not supposed to be political. Some apparently doctors or nurses, I'm not sure, but they're not allowed to be in uniform, so I didn't think many would turn which way. It's flipping cold. See you later.
See that guy that assaulted you here?
Hmm?
You see the guy that assaulted you here?
Is there?
Yeah, the lecturer, professor, whatever he is.
Oh, is there? I don't know if oh, okay. Well, that was ages ago. He normally brings his dog.
Fine.
Must be June. Must be 7 now. But they're putting a video up, have you seen?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a silent one.
Is it silent, yeah?
Well, I presume so. I can't hear anything. I mean, when you think about it, they normally don't. Them projectors, I don't know if they always have a speaker built in. They might do. But it looks like they're just putting up pictures, so. They've been better off having a whiteboard or something. I'll look later. I can't say anything with these things on. Dun, 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 dun.
So the crowd is building up a little bit now. We've got some flags. We've got a screen on. Projector screen. And the only guy in scrubs work uniform is this guy. I see it in the scrubs quite often during the protest. Maybe there is no. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not convinced they're always doctors. I think they just like to dress up in the uniform. I mean, you can buy them for pennies. They'd been better off doing it the other side in front of the town hall. I mean, no one knows they're here. At least if town hall people see them. And they can still be in front of the hospital then. In fact, they could be technically close to the hospital if they did that. And still be, you know what I mean, still not on the grounds. Yeah, still. God, it must be 7.
5 past.
Maybe that's all they plan to do.
Oh, they've got a press conference actually.
Well, there's no press there, is there, sectors? And I don't even see want us reporting on it, so I don't see the point of running a press thing.
He's got it on his app.
Oh, is it? Yeah, but sometimes they wear it, don't they?
He's not really.
Oh no, I know they all wear it, don't they? But they must be cold in shorts.
No.
You don't notice until you get home. That's what I did last year. I was walking around and suddenly when you got home, it kicks in and you almost fall asleep with it. It's weird. Knocks you out as your body starts warming up.
Oh, doing it all right? Yeah, you.
We're just bored. If it starts, yeah.
must have that to go to the gate.
Yeah, but it's hard to use the camera. Oh, you've got the fingerless. I've got some
These
gloves.
go through these, I can use phone with
Yeah. I'm tempted to put my gloves on, but I know these will slip out my hands. I didn't think anyone would turn up. But you know what they'd be better off doing? Yeah, they'd have been better off the the other side in front of the town hall.
Well, they wanted to do it inside, didn't they? That's what it
No,
was.
outside. I thought it was outside, originally outside on the grounds. Or was it inside?
No, but inside the grounds, but outside the building.
But if they did it in front of the town hall, that's the other entrance and they're close to the hospital. That's what you'd have done. Because the trouble is, no one knows you're here.
I didn't even know this was here.
No.
Handy for parking.
Oh yeah, but of fortune. You're lucky to get a place because there isn't usually many in there.
Yeah.
Half of it's reserved for doctor and nurses. Yeah.
Keep that on time, I need a fucking plane. Right, lads.
See you later. Tell them to do something if we're frozen. Oh God. I haven't seen any with a microphone or anything. I'm wondering if this is it.
No, this microphone's unreal.
Oh, can you see one? Right. Oh God. I wonder if it'll snow this year.
Maybe.
Oh, it has done already, I suppose. No, my mate's got the fence back up, so I don't need to go. It's all a bit of a drama. Don't think, if anyone watches this late, it's a bit late.
Oh, Blaggers is in.
Oh.
Blaggers.
Oh, is it? I didn't notice. Well, he's missing out on vital footage.
This is going to be. You were invited.
Didn't you invite him?
You sent me the bloody poster.
Yeah, but didn't you tell him? I didn't tell him.
Blame Adam.
I thought you'd have told him. Well, he's not missing anything, is he?
We tried this.
I know. Yeah. Oh well. Miscommunication there.
We can be a bit more open now, though, can't we?
Yeah. It does help.
Yeah.
That's the trouble. Yeah. I mean, originally I wasn't even going to come, was I? I mean, it was like I thought I was going to come this late. I mean, I was sort of right. It is dead. Although, to be honest, there's more people here than I thought.
I thought it'd be about 5.
Yeah, I thought they'd have cancelled it. I mean, they haven't started doing anything. Unless they wait for us to leave. You see, if you drove past, you wouldn't even know there's a protest on except for the odd flag. But it's not like a main road. The only people going down there, I think, are going to the uni.
That goes to that other main road.
Does it? I thought it was a dead end.
No, you can get out that way.
Can you? I always thought it was dead that way. Or I might be thinking of that. Maybe I don't know. I must have gone off it. Yeah, it's not exactly a busy road though, is it? Oh, he's having a go at you. Right, saying you never tell him anything. To be fair, it would because...
He's got one in uniform here as well. He's got a stethoscope. He's got a badge on.
As I said, we can post more now in the news group and share. There's no going on anyway. Well, there's no else going on, so I haven't withheld any other protests.
Don't we come down a bit?
Yeah, come down. Why did you come down? Well, it's probably not charged anything up. You could get down quick if you wanted. maybe set off the anthem. Oh, right, they're at the hospital because apparently the doctors and nurses who were doing a speech, but they were told originally that, hang on, let's see. Can you see there? That's the main entrance. It's like A&E, I don't know if you can see it very well. And originally that's where they're going to do it, and then because it's on uni grounds, I mean, it's like when I was a student nurse, you were never allowed to do anything like this.
Hospital grounds?
Yeah, hospital grounds. I mean, I presume once you go round this roundabout, I'm guessing that's hospital grounds are close to it. But it's sort of a mix of hospital. This is like a teaching hospital that's connected to the uni, so it's sort of an NHS building, but they have, it's also part of the Leeds Uni. So part of that is Leeds Uni over there.
Go on then.
I can't even stand on one. I saw a kid do what she was really showing off. Gutted me it was. She was showing off and grinning because she knew I was envious. And you know what she did? It was the coolest thing ever, and I thought I might have a go. You can see that lamppost there? Can you see that lamppost? She went up and grabbed it and just swung round, and I thought that is pretty cool. I've never seen anyone do that. I don't know how easy it was, but I thought I might have a go doing that. But I know I'll end up breaking my neck. I'll have to bring that skateboard and we'll have to try it. I can't, I just fall over. But then again, that one I've got's tiny. Maybe you can stand on a big one like that. Oh. Well, then you can't complain if you think it's boring. It is boring. We're not even doing. Can you see there's a video going on? Matt Search. They're supposed to be doing a press thing. Phew. I mean, to be fair, to say it's 7 o'clock at night, there's more than I thought. And it's cold. Oh, I'm going to feel it when I get in. It's going to be so cold. Oh, God, this is dull. I mean, it just seems pointless doing it here. You'd have done it in front of the town hall, because you can still be in front of the hospital, and in fact technically you're close to the hospital, but at least people go past there. I mean, if you didn't know, if they didn't have them two flags, you wouldn't know what they were doing, would you? You just think it was just people waiting for a bus. I think there is a bus stop round here.
Hello, hello.
Oh, here we go. Oh, it's something like exciting. Oh. Shall we go
Good
across?
evening, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Sahara Wadallah, a GP, a healthcare worker in Sheffield. I'm a daughter of a Nakba survivors' parents who were made refugees by the creation of the State of Israel in the 1948. My parents, like hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, were forcibly expelled from their towns and homes. The ongoing Nakba in Gaza now has displaced the rest of my extended family several times, from the north to the south of Gaza. Israel has engaged since the 7th of October in a massive and escalating collective punishment and indiscriminate massacres of Palestinians. The killing of hundreds of healthcare workers in Gaza, targeted, deliberate attacks on healthcare infrastructure, including the besiegement, invasion, destruction of hospitals and essential medical equipment, resulting in significant depletion of healthcare workforce, obstructing the provision of life-saving, preventative, curative medical care for our people, with devastating consequences. Israel has been denying Palestinians. They use starvation as a weapon of war. All the above actions were declared by the ICJ, Amnesty International, UN Special Committees, UN Special Rapporteur on the situation of the occupied Palestinian territories as genocide against the Palestinians in Gaza. Israel's genocide of Palestinians is an escalatory stage of a long-standing settler colonial process of Eurasia. This is Francisca Albini. Genocide is a criminal act under the Genocide Convention, which Israel has endorsed in 1950, a year after its creation. Today marks the UN International Day of the commemoration and dignity of the victims of the crime of genocide and the prevention of this crime. Convention signifies the international community's commitment to never again. Never again is never again. Let me introduce our first speaker. I have the honor to offer to Mr. Rahman, who as a trustee of Doctors Worldwide, a humanitarian worker, he is a witness of an experience in conflict zone. And actually I was talking to him in several areas. Please all welcome with me Dr. Rahman.
She ain't doing a very well job of blocking her, is she? Hey, help. Let's keep moving.
September 2015, not that long ago, the UN General Assembly adopted Resolution 6932, confirming the decision to proclaim the 9th of December as the International Day of Commemoration and Dignity of the Victims of the Crime of Genocide and the Prevention of this crime. So that's why we're gathering on this occasion to commemorate that. Within this resolution, because people have challenged and asked, well, what is our role in this and why do we have to commemorate this day? Within this resolution, there's an encouragement for all member and observer states, all organizations of the UN system, other international and national organizations and regional organizations, and importantly, civil society, non-governmental organizations, and individuals, so that's where we come in, to observe this day in order to raise awareness of the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide, and its role in particular to raise awareness to combat what this crime actually means. So you might say, okay, we're gathering because of that UN resolution that says we can do
Street Hawk, if you go on the
But then
internet,
what exactly
Street
does this
Hawk,
convention
we do
say?
all the protests.
The convention was put into place in response to the crimes and atrocities following the Second World War. Adopted in 1948, 19 articles form part of this convention. And it recognizes that genocide is a crime, is contrary to the spirit of humanity in the civilized world, and it encourages international cooperation, and it describes it to liberate mankind from this odious scourge. That's the kind of language used on the official documents that recognize genocide in such egregious terms.
No, you don't have the right. Just take a picture of me out there.
Article 1.
But you're
I think
filming
it's really
us,
important
so
just
it
to
works
know
both
what
ways, and we're not
is that
stopping you.
Genocide
That's
is
fine.
committed.
You're filming us, so if you're filming us, and it's a
that's
free
fine.
country.
It's considered a crime under international law.
Look,
And it constitutes
on
killings
internet.
of members
Yeah.
of a group,
Yes.
causing serious bodily harm or mental harm to members of the group, deliberately inflicting on a group conditions of life calculated to bring about its destruction in part or in whole. imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group, and forcibly transferring children of a group to another group. So the convention helps tell us what genocide is and how we understand it. So you might say, well, okay, well, what has this got to do with health and humanitarianism? But these two issues are intricately intertwined. Humanitarianism is focused on the alleviation of suffering and the preservation of life with dignity.
It's not the most exciting
Strives
protest.
to achieve this.
They're normally better in
With full
Manchester, but
acknowledgement that the actions to achieve healthcare looks at
if you want to see
individuals,
good ones, Saturday, that's when the main one is. But this is like an off-the-cuff one. That's why there's not as many.
So this is us. This is what we do. And more importantly, and I think this comes back to the point earlier about working with plastic. Genocide is a health catastrophe, and it's above other public health catastrophes such as malaria or natural disasters or civil. The mortality associated with this crime far exceeds other public health emergencies, both in the immediate sense, but most importantly, the long-term consequences on physical, psychological, and reproductive health. And it just carries on through generations. I think this is something we have to acknowledge, that this war, what's happened, genocide, massacre, and other genocides, continue to happen, and we acknowledge what needs to happen to respond to them. So we owe it to the victims of such crimes to continue to raise awareness and highlight the indignity of such a suffering, so that at least we can feel some degree of humanity and solidarity with those victims. There's an American scholar called Brendan Lindsay who published a book in 2012 about the Californian Native American genocide. And he poses this question: how did unthinkable acts, such as the purposeful murder of infants, become thinkable? Thinkable in the fact to people who valued freedom, had deep faith, loved their own children, and sought to make better lives for themselves and their families. How could otherwise good people commit such heinous atrocities and indeed honor and celebrate those atrocities? Does that sound familiar? And that was about the 1800s. I recall my time with the Rohingya in Myanmar and those displaced in Bangladesh in 2017 and 2018, where there were absolutely horrific stories of sexual violence and babies being killed or murdered. I watched it as a woman who refused to walk because they were worried that they would always have been killed. When I was in Bangladesh in Cox's Bazar, I remember seeing the x-rays of bullet shattered bones for civilians who were trying to escape persecution. Those are the ones who managed to escape. Even now, I receive the pictures from my contacts there of Rohingya men being conscripted by the Myanmar army to shoot against their own people. So that is what genocide looks like, and that's the human suffering that it entails. In Sudan, we witness a hugely neglected humanitarian crisis, where violence continues and has displaced more than 11 million people, and where 14 million are starving with acute hunger, and where cholera outbreaks now ravage some of the camps. I illustrate this because it shows how far-reaching the health consequences are, beyond just the immediate injury and the death as a result of genocidal violence. But we also have to acknowledge that there is response and recovery, and it's possible. With the right conditions and with accountability, hope can be restored. During my time in Rwanda, I witnessed the power of unity and reconciliation as a national strategy to bring together the establishment of local tribunal systems to hold people to account, peace education, and promotion of shared values. That journey was not without its difficulties. These paths, you can see, are littered with obstacles. But as health workers, I think we need to strive for the ideal of healing. And in doing so, we have to accept that what we see as the impacts of war and violence on people are something we have to address. And as stated by Congressman John Lewis, who was a civil rights activist in the States, if not us, then who? If not now.
There's even stopping the proper camera guy.
Thank you so much.
leave me alone. Like if I stand with you,
Excuse
I'm
me,
alright.
excuse me, this is a media event, you do know that, so you've invited the media here, so you've been a fascist little bird. Yes, tell him off, he's a prat.
Here for better scientific. In his behalf, we will have Naomi to state his statement and
Stupid bird.
witness of the genocide in Gaza. Please come with me, Naomi.
On-site witness in Gaza is nothing short of a catastrophe. It felt as though I had stepped back into a medieval era. The health infrastructure has been completely obliterated. Specialist centres such as those providing treatments for cancer, paediatrics and maternity care have been destroyed. There is no MRI machine available for a population of 2 million, and countless other critical pieces of specialist equipment are non-existent. Hospitals, which serve as vital training grounds for junior doctors and medical students, have been systematically dismantled or destroyed. This not only halts the clinical care of patients,
Yeah, I'm on the
but
internet,
also
sweetheart.
threatens the training of future healthcare
Yeah,
professionals.
we've invited here to film, and you're making it, you're spoiling it for them. Is this how you want to
Are you
be?
here to listen? I'll be a nuisance.
Yeah. You do know it's a media event.
For the mentoring the next generation of doctors. Both medical schools in Gaza have been destroyed, halting medical education and ensuring that the future of healthcare in Gaza is in jeopardy. This is deliberate. Destruction of healthcare infrastructure combined with the disruption of medical education and training. It is a calculated effort to dismantle the healthcare system and devastate the population of Gaza. It amounts to genocide. While people may survive bombs and bullets, the targeted destruction of healthcare infrastructure is a weapon of mass destruction in its own right. Equivalent to nuclear strike.
The guy
in
is
its
filming.
potential to
Have you got
annihilate
no
the
respect for
population.
people?
Can you not
Have you got no
speak
respect for people in this protest? Well, stop him, he's a prat. That's assault. Can you get off it, please? Off that!
They have breath.
Off that! Sorry, you just that's not allowed. Touching my equipment.
To prevent this genocide and hold those responsible accountable. Thank you.
Right now, it's day 430 of the genocide of Gaza, and day 66 of ongoing siege on the north. So far, more than 1,000 healthcare workers have been killed. 1/3 of those confirmed killed are women. 264 of healthcare workers were detained unlawfully. 4 of those were killed while they were in the captivity of the Israelis. I'm going to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Abdel Farra, who is consultant emergency and family medicine, and he got experience of someone who was impacted by events in the occupied Palestine. Please welcome Dr. Abdel.
We are here today to mark the International Day of Commemoration and Dignity for Genocide Victims and Prevention of this crime. As my colleague prevention of crime, since 1948, the newly formed State of Israel continued to violently, ethically cleansing Palestinians. David Filber, the creator of Israeli state, said, "We must expel Arab and take their places." Only partially successful, ordering and ethically cleansing 80% of Palestinians, which mean 20% of us still remain in Palestine. We gather in the world that open speaks yet repeatedly watched, targeted, and fought. I am Abdel Farra, Palestinian doctor from Gaza and the son of Nakba survivor. My family story is not unique. It is the story of millions of Palestinians, deeply scarred by the unbearable weight loss of their families. I carry with me the stories of 85 members of my family that been taken from us in Gaza. Their voices, their laughter, their dreams extinguished. Among them were children, little ones, whose faces I will never see, whose life I will never know, whose tiny hands will never hold the future they deserve. I remember their names. I remember their names and the imagined the future we could have had, future that were stolen by violence, by injustice, by a world that seemed to have forgotten its humanity. These children will never celebrate a birthday, never learn to ride a bike, never will walk through the streets in Gaza, laughing under the sun. For them will be no tomorrow. And yet, this is not just my tragedy. It is the shared pain of millions of Palestinians scarred for 76 years of apartheid and oppression. It's shared by countless of families who have suffered under the shadow of genocide. Palestinians who are facing the most brutal genocide. You are aware that every 30 minutes a child is being killed in Gaza. It hurts, visceral level, to be abandoned by the world. To see our government, our institutions so silent. They've forgotten what Desmond Tutu said. If you are neutral in a situation of injustice, you have chosen to be on the side of the oppression. The pain we carry is universal. It's a testament to the worst of human cruelty. But while the pain is heavy, it's also a call for solidarity, for justice, for change. Solidarity is not just a word, it's an action. It's a commitment to say your suffering will not be ignored. Your loved ones will not be forgotten. The people of Gaza and all of these embodied genocide around the world need your solidarity. They need your voice, your compassion, and your courage. The world has turned its back on them too many times, and the price of the indifference has been unbearable. As I speak here today, I am filled with grief, but I am also filled with hope. Hope that our voices together can reach to the ears of those in power and compel them to act. To honor those who have been lost, my family and the millions of others. Let's remember them, not just today, but every day. The fight against genocide is not just a fight for survival, it's a fight for humanity itself. Let us stand together, united by our shared humanity, and declare that we will not remain silent on the face of just and unimaginable suffering. Because remember again, we should take this imperative very seriously. Must mean never again for anyone, for Jewish people, for Congolese people, for Bangladesh, Bosnians, Rohingya in Myanmar, Sudanese, and for Palestinians. Thank you very much.
Israel's relentless attacks on Gaza's educational infrastructure has resulted in the complete destruction of schooling, leaving a whole generation of Palestinians without access to education. All schools, universities, training centers in Gaza have remained closed since the beginning of the genocide. Over 600,000 Palestinian students are losing another year of education. 500 medical students have their education interrupted. The task of rebuilding these institutions is a daunting challenge that will take years, if not decades. Please welcome with us Professor Lupani, who is a cardiosurgeon, a founder of the Biomed Academy. He's going to share with us positive achievements of Biomed and Gaza Educate Medics. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. It's great to see so many people here, and it's great to see you all. Palestinians have used education as means of resistance and resilience, and that's why the Palestinians have one of the highest per capita PhD holders in the world. And this will continue. This is never going to stop. And we do use education as a means of fighting occupation, fighting oppression. As has been mentioned, 2,500 medical students stopped their education with the onset of the war. And we have no medical graduates in the field. All the medical schools across the world managed to graduate doctors. We did it. And this, combined with the loss of so many doctors in Gaza who are either killed, injured, or imprisoned, has led to a vacuum of the number of doctors available to treat the injured and the sick and the needy. And therefore we in Biomed Academy in January started thinking about recovering this. And we opened the registration for the students in March. And it's amazing how even in the bleakest circumstances in Gaza, 2,100 medical students have registered with
It's a media event, mate. Don't embarrass yourself. It's a media event. We've been invited. If you do that, I'll smack it out your hand. 3 seconds, I'll just knock out your hand. You want it? I'll smash it up. I don't give a rat's ass. Fuck you. You shouldn't hit me with it, should you? Piss off, you silly arse. You're getting in my way. You're an idiot. You just assaulted me. Yeah, you just assaulted other people. You're a prat. Oh, that's the woman who damaged my gear. You don't know what your plan is, mate. You just assaulted. Oh, you just pushed her in the face. Yeah, he pushed it in my face. I couldn't see a thing, mate.
It's really important for us not to come in and tell them that this is the way you should do it.
So you're a fascist?
You are the fascist.
Why am I a fascist? You're the one who don't want it. This is a media event, you moron. Oh dear. I'll just go this way. Good luck on you.
So we are delivering
Fat.
what they would be delivering if they were still standing. The amazing thing is that there will be medical graduates in Gaza in March. They will be graduating, finishing their degrees and becoming doctors in Gaza despite the Israeli occupation and in spite of the Israeli occupation, and we will continue to support them. Thank you very much.
Healthcare workers, we bear a unique responsibility to amplify the cries of the suffering and expose shows the failure of the international community and especially the British government to impose effective sanctions that would compel the occupying power Israel to cease its genocide war. Our next speaker is Dr. Rihanna Henderson, co-leader of the West Yorkshire Healthcare Workers, a pediatrician who's gonna share with us the open letter to Prime Minister from Pediatricians Campaign on requesting arms embargo and impose sanctions. Please all welcome Dr. Rihanna.
Thank you very much, Sahar. That's very kind of you. And thank you all for coming and joining us tonight in such a cold, freezing night. We have lovely health workers coming over from all around Yorkshire. We have colleagues coming from Hull, from York, from Wakefield, from Sheffield. I'm really grateful for all of you to be here, and for everyone else from Leeds who have come to join us. Thank you so much, especially members of PSC who are supporting us today. So yeah, I'm Rihanna. I'm a pediatrician based in West Yorkshire. I'm also a mum. So and I'm one of the co-leads of West Yorkshire's Health Workers for Palestine. So yeah, I wanted to share positive activism, and I wanted to. Sometimes it can be quite hard and it can be quite daunting that we've been active in this advocacy for Palestinians and trying to be their voices, trying to fight for their rights to live and to look to a better future for over a year now. But unfortunately, sadly, our efforts has not achieved what we would have liked to so far, and the brutality and the massacre and the genocide is still ongoing. But I want to share you a positive experience on that note. A few months ago, I, as a pediatrician, and we have a duty to look after all children's health, not only our own patients, but also globally, and care about the child health globally. So then I started this campaign. It was only me and two other pediatricians thinking that we should put some pressure. We should get our Prime Minister to hear our voices. So that was started on a small group, and with the word of the mouth, we started an open petition, an open letter to the Prime Minister. And within a couple of months, we gathered more than 800 signatures from pediatricians across the UK and child health allies, urging the Prime Minister to end arms sales to Israel altogether, to impose sanctions on Israel until it complies with international law and stops this humanitarian crisis created. And we also urge the Prime Minister to do whatever in his power to bring a sustainable ceasefire to Gaza in order to save the children and the civilians there. So our letter, I'm not going to read you our letter because it's very long, but it is quite powerful. And yesterday, me and a small group of us, about 5 pediatricians, we went to Downing Street to hand in our petition to number 10. It was a great experience. I advise you all to go to Downing Street at least once. Keir Starmer unfortunately wasn't there, so that was a bad thing about it. But yeah, we managed to knock on the door and hand in our petition to his office. We were accompanied by Richard Bergen and Imran Hussain, 2 independent MPs from Leeds and Bradford, which is really good. So a really great experience, and it filled my cup, and I've got so many other ideas that I will pursue on the back of that. But yeah, a little statement. So I'll try to write a few statements today, but it's just really emotional to talk about Gaza and children and what the suffering they're going through, especially as parents. We can only imagine how awful it is, not only for the children, but the parents as well, not able to provide safety and a home to the children. So imagine waking up every day, not knowing if you will be able to go to school, play with your friends, or even feel safe in your own makeshift tent. Many children in Gaza experience this fear. They're just like our children. They want to laugh, learn, and live without worry, without a fear. And let us not forget the power of kindness and compassion. We are all part of a big family. And when we stand together, we can make a difference.
Today I ask each of you to be a voice for the children of Gaza. UNICEF has called this war a war on children, and Gaza a graveyard for children. Over 18,000 children have been killed, over 20,000 children have been maimed, and a few thousand children have been missing. The children of Gaza and Palestine have the right to live life to the fullest. They have been trampled upon, mutilated and killed. They are brave and beautiful children and deserve to live normal lives. Let us fight for their rights to live free from being bombed, being made orphans, being starved, being made homeless, being buried under the rubble, maimed and injured. We can and must make this happen for them. We must restore their world to a world they deserve. We can bring back their laughter. And we ensure that every child, no matter where they live, no matter what the color of skin or what faith they believe in, has the opportunity to dream, to learn, to play, to have access to healthcare, to food, to safety, and to a loving and safe environment. Thank you for listening, and let's work together to bring this genocide, this war on children, to an end. Let's work toward making a brighter future for all children. Thank you. And with this long speech, I think our night has come to an end. Thank you so much for coming. Safe journey back. And taking a video of your sharing us. And this is President Pakistan social media. And you've been part of a big campaign. You've been part of 80 cities across the globe taking part in this 10th conference of humanitarians, talking to you about the genocide that's happening in Gaza and giving you their eyewitness statement. So thank you so much for making this happen and come from all around the US. And our event has been come to an end. We have Sean from BBC who would like to, so although we are not giving a speeches, but please hang around, let's take some selfies, some photos, and Sean can interview
They're not like BBC.
No, I don't know. They've been harassing them, haven't they?
So if we just
targeting of healthcare and healthcare workers and healthcare facilities. Over 680 times have been bombed, hospitals have been sieged, healthcare workers have been arrested or even executed on the grounds of the hospital or just a job they're doing. So I think it's very important that that these war crimes are documented and they are published, and the public, as well as our politicians and the leaders, are aware of it. So this is one of the reasons we gather here as healthcare workers to make sure that Gaza's healthcare voices are not forgotten, and that we monitor the situation and we try our best to be their voices and to be advocate. Some of us have been to Gaza as volunteers, and the feedback, the stories that they give us are just at an unprecedented level. The war crimes that we committed So I think it's very important that that we make sure these voices are heard and these facts are getting out.
So given what reports we've got here and seen in person, what horrible, what career paths
Absolutely, and we have to acknowledge that the Geneva Convention on Prevention of Genocide has to be rooted and put in place by all the governments and all the leaders that have signed up for it. So it has to be taken seriously, and there must have been enough evidence gathered by the ICJ and by the global justice organizations that the criminals have been committed. So these are the reasons that arrest warrants like this that can ensure that leaders of the world, no matter which country they are leading, are they follow the international laws and they don't commit war crimes. It's very important that this message is given to the Israeli government that the international community is watching you, and there are high suspicions of genocide being committed, and this issue is Well, I must say, I did not know that he came to Baker. I'm extremely proud that he's a prophet. And it gives us hope, and it gives us, it makes us stronger in our advocacy. And one of us has managed to achieve such a high level of political and humanitarian gain for us to go and bring justice to
But the Tory party is saying that people want to what's your message to the party in the confidence of the rest of us?
My message, first of all, is to Mr. Keir Starmer. He's a humanitarian lawyer, and he will know the humanitarian law much better than me. I'm only a doctor. So my message to him is, please use your knowledge, your experience, your expertise in this field. You've led many ICJ and ICC criminal courts as a humanitarian lawyer. Please remove this into practice as Prime Minister. And my message to all the parties and all the leaders is that please stop being complicit. Being not complying with international law when an arrest warrant is being issued means being complicit in a genocide. And we can't just sit and wait until the court confirms the genocide. Let's remember the Geneva Convention
find you. I'm no great. I need to do one with the camera. Cheers.
Only way to get that was filming your screen. But you know what? Don't go to the lot there. Just over there. I want Are you not close? Is this full? Yeah. Yeah, we're just listening there.
We're getting off then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, I'll keep it live just in case.